lovers ever, with one foot in sea and one on shore, to one thing a constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more of dumps so dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so, since summer first was leafy. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny.
My troth, a good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
Oh, nay, thou singest well enough for a shift.
And had he been a dog that would have howled us, they'd have hanged him. Pray God his bad voice bode no mischief.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? Get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we'll have it out the Lady Hero Chamber's window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it that you told me of today, that your niece, Beatrice, was in love with Signor Benedick?
Oh, aye. Stalk on. About 6. I didn't ever think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. Especially Signor Benedick, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Since the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It's past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh, God, counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? Well, she will sit... Oh, you heard my daughter tell you how.
She doth indeed.
How? How? I pray you. You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
Oh, I would have sworn it had, especially against Benedick.
I should think this a gold, but the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Knavery sure cannot hide itself in such reverence.
Here, take me infection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedick?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed. So your daughter says, shall I, says she, who have so often counseled him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This she says when she is beginning to write, for she will be up 20 times a night, and there she will sit in her smock until she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
Oh, when she had read it and was reading it back, and she found Benedick and Beatrice between the sheets.
That.
She tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to one she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedick, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so. Oh, the ecstasy hath so much overborne her. My daughter sometimes is afeard she will do desperate outrage to herself. It's very true.
It were good that Benedick knew of it, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. She is an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she's exceeding wise.
And everything but loving Benedick.
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body, and we have 10 proofs to one that blood hath the victory. I'm sorry for her, as I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage upon me. I would have doffed all the respects and made her half myself. I pray thee, tell Benedict of it, and see what he'll say.
Very good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die ere he rue her, rather than she bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she make tender her love, it is very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you all know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He doth indeed have a good outward happiness.
Before God and in my mind very wise,
He shows some sparks that are like wit.
and I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you. And in the managing of quarrels, you may say he is wise. For either he avoids them with a great discretion, or undertakes them with the most Christian-like fear.
Well, if he do fear God, I must necessarily keep the peace. Well, if he break the peace, he ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so he will do. For the man doth fear God, howsoever it seems not in him by some large jests that he will make. I am sorry for you, niece. Shall we seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Oh, that's impossible. She will wear her heart out first.
I am sorry for your daughter, but let it cool a while. I could honestly wish Benedict would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is of so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and gentlewomen carry. The sport will be when they hold an opinion of one another's dotage. That's the scene I would see. Let us send her to call him in for dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. To have the truth of it from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, she would rather die than show any sign of affection. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that can hear their detractions and put them to mending. They say the lady 'tis fair. 'Tis so, I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis a truth, I cannot reprove it. And wise. But for loving me. By my troth, it is no great addition to her wit, nor no great argument to her folly, but I will be horribly in love with her. I may have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage. But does not the appetite alter? The man that loves the meat of his youth that he cannot endure in his old age. Shall quips and sentences and paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled! When I said I would die a bachelor, I never thought I'd live till I were married. Oh, here comes Beatrice. Oh, by this day, she is a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You took pleasure, then, in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a doll withal. You have no stomach, signor? Fare you well, then.
Against my will, I am sent to bid thee come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much as if to say, any pain I take for you is as good as thanks. If I do not love her, I'm a villain. I'll get her picture.